mean, unfortunately, this STD has really hit the African American community.
So I dated a DL man in Houston back in 2023. Happy Pride to him.
When we talk about big cities in America, we always talk about the big three: New York City, Los Angeles, and Chicago. People are leaving New York City because it's too dirty, California costs too much, and Chicago, all three of those cities are like nightmares for taxpayers. So people are going other places. Number one, they're going to the state of Florida. And number two, they're going to the state of Texas. Now, Texas is winning big time right now. A lot of the companies have relocated there and they are doing very well. And property value, don't get me wrong, it is rising, but it's still not as high as it is in California or New York City. And you get more bang for your buck when you look at how big the house is. So Texas tends to be the place to be. But also in Texas, you have some options. There's San Antonio, there's Dallas, and then there's Houston. But Dallas and Houston is kind of where we kind of draw the line. Dallas has the bigger economy by a little bit and some opportunities, but Houston also does too. They have a great healthcare system, great oil industry technically, and everything else is in Houston. And a lot of people are moving there for many reasons. Number one, Houston has a vibrant rap scene, a vibrant healthcare scene, a great job market. And also, like I said, if you're a black person in Houston, it gives you some opportunities. So instead of going to California, New York, or even Atlanta, you might want to go to Houston. And many people from across Black America have relocated to Houston, Texas, because of all of the reasons I just talked about. Rent's cheaper, opportunities are more, and they said everything is bigger in Texas. But there is one problem. You see, just like Atlanta, you have a lot of people in Houston who are not from there. And don't get me wrong, some are contributing to the Houston, Texas economy, and some are bringing their bad habits with them. Of course, bad habits affect people everywhere. And one of those bad habits is not wearing condoms.
Huh?
Yeah, not wearing condoms. Apparently, Houston, Texas turned into No Condom City Community College.
Got him!
And it's gotten so bad over the year, everybody's talking about it.
Houston, what is going on with your HIV and STD rates? Listen, I just saw this report and it said y'all have over 40,000 new infections reported just in the month of June.
Houston has become one of the greatest places in America for STDs. HIV rates are getting out of hand and people are talking about it, and even news stations are talking about it.
I mean, any indication as to why, or did the study say why rates seem to be higher in the Houston area than the Texas average?
Yeah, so there's a couple of things that contribute to that. One is that we are a big metropolitan area. The other thing is that, and you know, we can talk about how it just doesn't get the attention that it needs to. The HIV doesn't get the attention it needs to. And so we also see in the Houston area, we see other sexually transmitted illnesses. And by the way, HIV is not only transmitted sexually. There are other ways that you can contract HIV. Oh. But we see that, you know, these sort of ways of it going up and going down where we start paying attention to things, and then like syphilis and gonorrhea, those numbers start going down. The thing about syphilis and gonorrhea is once you're cured from them, you know, you're cured from them. With HIV, you then have to get on the medication, and you need to stay on the medication or else you're at risk for spreading it again. And so
Fox Houston had a particular panel on talking about this same issue. And one of the people that came on was Dr. Marcel Thompson, a Black American, #FBA, who's an OBGYN in the city. And he was also alarmed at these rates.
Really, the sexual awareness of our education in the community is paramount. I mean, unfortunately, this STD has really hit the African American community pretty hard so far as in this rise. And when you look at, there are significant ramifications of having STD, particularly for women. Women can get a very bad stage of gonorrhea and chlamydia to cause a pelvic infection, can also make them infertile. That's one. And then, of course, the HIV. We've had some good success with our curbing the HIV transmission, but it's still very much high, and particularly in the Black community, and so far as in women, surprisingly.
Now, one of the things he said was women. And I thought that to be interesting because obviously when you look at a lot of STDs, black women tend to also be heavily affected with them too. Usually less than the men from what I can understand. But again, he's an OBGYN, so this is what he deals with a lot. And I was thinking about this. Why would women in the black community be dealing with STDs more than men? And then I thought about it. So of course, when you look about black cities and STDs, you always come to the argument of, oh, these black men out here, they are gay. And then I was just like on TikTok and I just happened to come across this particular lady who says that she inadvertently started dating a down low black man.
I met this man in 2023 through a mutual friend. He was a retired professional basketball player. He was about 6'7", just very masculine presenting. And honestly, we hit it off. So I was really surprised when at the end of the hangout, he didn't follow up. He didn't try to get my number. So I did what you're literally never supposed to do. I found him on Instagram and I liked a couple photos and I followed him. Absolutely disgusting. Anyway, he ends up sliding in my DMs. We end up making plans. The biggest red flag about this man was that he never wanted to hang out one-on-one despite living alone. And yes, I had been to his house before, so I knew he in fact lived alone. He had a child. I also lived alone, so it never made sense to me that he never wanted to come over, watch a movie, spend the night. Now, I'm no stranger to dealing with men that don't like me, but this was just something a little bit different. A man can hate your guts and still be laid up in your bed every day. So something just wasn't adding up. Anytime we would hang out, his friends would always be present and he would always kind of like parade me around to kind of show me off to his friends. It almost kind of gave like, look guys, like there's a girl here. I like women. Like, see, here's proof.
But wait guys, this gets worse.
Another huge red flag that I so regretfully ignored was that this man did not like eating box. Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Chelsea, you eat box. How in the were you dealing with a man that didn't eat box? It was a really dark time for me. I don't know. I must have been going through a lot. My head was atrocious, y'all. It was just so bad. And I am 29 years old. I have had my fair share of experiences, but this head from this 35-year-old man, mind you, with a whole child, I have never even touched a vagina in my life.
So basically she goes on to say further on in this clip that the guy that she was with was asking her about somebody else's boyfriend that she knew. And that led her on to believe that this guy was gay. But at the same time, she's commenting on how trash his, HE-AD was, and he was just licking it up and everything else. And I thought that was interesting, and it brought me back to the original problem, which is booty clapping is just getting out of hand. You see, the fact that she can just talk about this so freely and put her face on the internet means that she could probably give up her cheeks so freely too. And of course, anybody can blame black men or black women for having STDs. But again, when it's time for you to go head on and enroll yourself in Durex Community College, you don't want to do that. Everything is no condom community college, no matter what. I know brothers, I know sisters, and I'm not saying that this is everybody. I know so many people in the black community that just like it RAW. All right, it's just what it is. In the heat of the moment, let me go ahead on in, roll your eyes back and whatever else comes out there. And then you wake up and then all of a sudden it's, I'm on fire. The reality is with all of this is that you don't really know who you think you know. And if you're going to live a lifestyle where you're just booty clapping everybody, you have to basically take care of your clapathon health. All right. You have to take care of your clapathon health. That's why they have condoms. Now, again, I understand you want to get all the way in certain places because you want to feel all certain things. I get it. But then when you come back hella skinny, looking like a pencil and you don't know what happened, and we all look at you and we're going to be like, we know what you got. Then it's going to be everybody else's fault. And one of the doctors was blaming it on a younger population. People moving. And again, I understand young people can be a little bit more active, but it also shows that people are just not really interested in long-term relationships as much as they used to. Now, it doesn't mean that you can't get STDs in long-term relationships. But what I'm saying is that relationships are just trash. So because relationships are trash, let's just clap. Like, I very rarely meet somebody And I asked them like, so why are you single? Oh my God, those dudes is trash. I can't never date a dude from Houston. I can't date a dude from Atlanta. When's the last time you clapped? Either they're gonna say, oh, I'm celibate, which is a lie. And then I check your phone and when's the last time you clapped? Oh, 45 minutes ago before you met me.
Got him.
So this is the situation. While people are looking for somebody to get serious with, they're still in sexual relationships with people and not wearing protection. And guess what? Not even wearing protection with one person. Storytime music. I met this girl, and she and I used to date. Which is crazy because I never got to clap these cheeks, right? And maybe that was God looking out for me. But she told me that she had slept with 2 dudes in the same day. You guessed it, without a condom.
What?
Yes, she did. All right. And at the time she was engaged to somebody else. So basically you let 2 different dudes shoot the club up with no hat, just go ahead on and do whatever they was doing. And at the same time, you were thinking about talking to somebody else. And that's what happens. It's not like, oh, we're looking to date somebody and that's the person that we're dating. No, it's like, look, I'm trying to talk to you. Hey, how are you doing? I have this other person that I'm clapping their cheeks who I know that I'm not going to end up with. And yeah, because I like this person a little bit, but I don't want to be with them, I'm just clapping their cheeks regardless without any protection and, basically leaving it in them. And then they come out like 9 months later with but I really don't like them. And that's just really being reckless, but that's kind of how life works, right? Like most of us, when we're out and somebody is talking to you, especially if you're somewhat attractive or even if you're average looking, you already have somebody that you already have enrolled in Clapathon Tech. And you've been with that person and sometimes you don't want to use a rubber, okay? And then so it kind of dies down and then you go to the new person without a rubber. And then you don't know that person still might mess with somebody else who doesn't have a rubber. And then all of you guys are just burning up each other and then you're out there sick in these streets. So the reality is that unless people really want to get serious with relationships or feel like relationships are actually worth it, we're going to continue to see this sort of no condom Clapathon Tech behavior happening all over the country. People are going to continue to get enrolled at No Condom City Community College. And of course, this rate will continue, especially people coming in from transient places that already have these diseases and then move to Houston. Maybe they do or don't know, and they're just spreading it. And yes, you have people who know they have these things like V, and they still give it to somebody else and they'll be like, oops. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe to the bell. We're out.